welcome back to Techno Charts. And in today's video, we are going to talk about how and when you should be selling a stock. So most of the time, we are holding the stock for a longer period of time and not knowing when to sell a stock, right? So in this video, we are going to talk about when you should be exactly selling a stock, and this does not mean that we would be catching the top of the trend or the bottom of the trend, right? Only thing is we are looking for a correct place to exit a stock so that we do not give up our majority of the gains, right? So we are going to talk about three methods. The first method is known as the super trend method, the second method is the moving average method, and the third method is the relative strength method, right? So the first method is the super trend method, where we are going to apply the normal super trend with the normal settings of 10,3, right? So super trend is basically a trend following indicator that can help you to stay in the trend for a longer period of time. Now, for example, let's take the case of Goldium International, where it gave a buy at 21 rupees, and at around 155 rupees it has given us a sell signal, right? So this is you have ridden the trend till around 700% gains from 220 rupees to 155 rupees. And now basically this helps you, if you use super trend on the weekly time frame, then only it can help you to avoid the fall signals. If you use it on the daily time period, on a shorter time period, if the market is bullish, then it may help you to ride the trend as long as the trend lasts. But if the market turns bearish, then it is going to help you in the short side of the trade. Or if the markets turn sideways, then it will give you multiple types of signals, right? So whenever you see that the markets have turned side, let's take an example of Polycab, where it has been sideways for a longer period of time. Now in this case, we are not going to use super trend for our stop losses, that is on the daily time period. So when should we be using the super trend? Now whenever the stock gives us a fresh breakout on the upper side, then only we are going to use the super trend. Or whenever the stock gives us a fresh breakdown on the downside, then only we can use the super trend. Apart from that, if you use it on the weekly time period, then it can give you a lot of better signals compared to the daily time period. As you know, super trend is a trend following indicator. It works really well in bullish markets for buy side, and in bearish markets for sell side, right? The second indicator that we are going to talk about is the 30-week moving average line, where we are going to basically talk about stage analysis, where a stock generally moves into four stages, that is the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage. Now stage 1 is the accumulation period, where generally the stock moves sideways, and then whenever we see that the stock has broken out, then we see that the stock moves up in a very drastical manner. Similarly, we can use a combination of super trend as well as the moving average. The black line that you see is the 30-week moving average line, and I'll hide the super trend right now. Then the moving average line can help you to ride the trend. So for example, let's take a chart of HSCL, right? So if we take a chart of HSCL, you will see that if we would have used moving average, then we would have exited the stock exactly at correct prices. As we see that the stock is breaking, as the stock has broken out of this area, the stock reaches around 200 rupees, and the stock has closed below the 30-week moving average line. So this is the stage 3 topping area, where the stock moves into sideways zone and then finally breaks down. So if we do not exit the stock at this area, then the buy and hold return for this would have been zero for around 4 years or 5 years or so, right? So exiting the stock exactly whenever the stock breaks the third stage 3 base is a very important task that everyone should be doing, so that we do not waste our time as well as our money into some dead stock. So this is about HSCL. One more example, a recent example that we can take is India Mart. So India Mart has been a growth stock for a longer for a very big period of time, and it has given huge returns to people, right? So in this scenario, we see that the India Mart has broken down from stage 3 at this area, and we see that after the stock has broken down, it basically has fallen around 50% or so, even after the stock has broken down, as well as the stock has fallen around 70% from the highs. So exiting a stock is really important, and most of the people where are lagging here. One more example is sale, right? So as you know, most of the people are stuck into sale, and they have been into this for a very long period of time. and the stock made a high of 144. As you know, steel stocks are cyclical. You need to exit from these stocks at some point of the time. Now most of the people, those who have bought at higher prices, do not want to exit the stock, right? So the first exit would have been at this area only, as soon as the stock had broken 102 area, where the stock first gave a stage 4 breakdown, but initially the market reversed, and hence it also came back into the stage, right? So if you would have bought again at this area, then the stock again has given you a sell signal, right? So sell signal, after that the stock has fallen 30% from 100 to 70, right? So from 70, if it wants to move to 100 again, then it needs to move more than 45% or so just to get back to break even. So selling is a really important thing that you need to do. The final thing, or the final method that you can use for following a trend in a particular script, is using basically a relative strength line, where the stocks that are continuously outperforming will be in a green color, and the stocks that are in underperforming stage will be shown in the red color. So let us apply in the chart, where we apply the relative strength line by Bharat Trader in the chart, right? So we have applied the relative strength line here by Bharat Trader, and as you can see here, that the relative strength line is here in green color, and we would change the setting from 123 to 52, because there are 52 weeks in a month, in a year. So here we see that as long as the relative strength line is in green, the stock is moving up continuously in a very good manner, and it does not matter. If the stock is sideways also, the relative strength line is turned into a green zone. But we see that here finally the stock has given, or the relative strength line has given a sell signal, where this means that the stock has started to underperform the benchmark index. So in this scenario, we are using Nifty 50 as a benchmark index to identify the performance of a particular script, right? So this is the zero line for a stock, and if a stock is outperforming, or that means if a stock is giving more returns than Nifty, then it will be shown in green color, and if a stock is showing, or if a stock is underperforming Nifty, it will be shown in red color. So mostly we are looking to hold the stocks that are in or that are outperforming the benchmark index, or where the relative strength line is in green color, so that the money that we are investing is not into a dead stock, rather than a stock that is giving us more returns than Nifty, right? If you want to make less money than Nifty, then why are we investing into some other stocks? We would be investing into Nifty 50 only, na, if you want to get the returns of same as Nifty. But if you want to get more returns than Nifty, then we have to invest into those stocks that are giving more returns than Nifty, that are relative strength positive stocks, right? So these are basically three methods that you can use to sell a stock, and obviously these are not holy grail methods for selling a stock. Apart from that, we are coming up with a mentorship program in the coming Saturday, where we are going to talk more about relative strength stage analysis, and in detailed manner, where you will be given 3 months support, as well as you will be having complete guidance from my side. So if you are interested into that, kindly do subscribe to the link that is there in the description below, and if you like the video, do share it with your friends. Thank you.